I thought Sarah was the one. We met in college, two art students with paint-stained fingers and dreams bigger than our tiny campus apartment. For 5 years, she was my everything. My muse, my best friend, my future wife, or so I thought. I was saving up for a ring, a down payment on a house, a life together. I worked 2 jobs, one at a coffee shop in the mornings and another doing freelance graphic design late into the night. I was exhausted, but it was all for her, for us. Sarah, on the other hand, had a lot more free time. She was a photographer, a good one, but her career was slow to take off. She spent most of her days networking, which I always supported. I trusted her completely. Maybe that was my first mistake. The signs were there. I just refused to see them. Late-night client meetings, sudden weekend trips for photo shoots I wasn't invited to. She started getting defensive about her phone, always keeping it face down. When I'd ask who she was texting, she'd just wave me off and say it was a potential client. The first crack in my perfect little world appeared on our 5th anniversary. I had taken the day off, planned a romantic dinner at the restaurant where we had our first date. I bought her a beautiful vintage camera she'd been eyeing for months. I waited at the restaurant for an hour, then 2. My calls went straight to voicemail. Finally, I got a text. "So sorry, babe. Lost track of time at a shoot. It ran super late. Rain check." I was disappointed, but I told myself it was just work. I went home, put her gift away, and ate a cold dinner alone. The next day, a friend of mine, Jessica, sent me a picture. It was a screenshot from another photographer's Instagram story. It was Sarah. She was at a fancy rooftop bar, clinking glasses with some guy, a well-known gallery owner named Marcus. The date stamp on the story was from the night before, our anniversary. My heart sank. I confronted her when she got home. She laughed it off, said it was a networking event she forgot to tell me about, that Marcus was just a professional contact. She called me insecure and jealous. I felt so small, so foolish. Wanted to believe her so badly that I apologized. The seed of doubt had been planted. I started paying more attention. I noticed the expensive new handbag she couldn't have afforded, the scent of a cologne that wasn't mine on her clothes. The excuses became more and more elaborate. The truth finally came crashing down on me a few weeks later. I came home early from my coffee shop shift, hoping to surprise her. Found them together. In our bed. Marcus. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I just felt numb. A cold, quiet rage started to build inside me. I slowly backed out of the room, closed the door, and left the apartment. Part of me wanted to tear everything apart, to expose her for what she was. But another part, a colder, more calculated part, took over. Revenge is a dish best served cold, right? And I was going to serve her an ice-cold banquet. First, I played the part of the fool. I went back to the apartment later that night, pretending I'd just gotten home. I told her I was sorry for being so distant lately, that my jobs were stressing me out. I was overly affectionate, buying her flowers, telling her how much I loved her. She ate it up. She probably thought I was the dumbest, most naive boyfriend in the world. And that's exactly what I wanted her to think. While I was playing the doting boyfriend, I was also planning. I knew Sarah had a huge gallery showing coming up. It was her big break, the one she'd been working toward for years. Marcus had pulled some strings to get her the spot. This was her everything. It was going to be the stage for my masterpiece. I started gathering evidence. I set up a small, hidden camera in our living room. I used the software to recover deleted texts from our shared cloud account. I compiled a damning collection of their messages, photos, and even a few video clips from my hidden cam of Marcus visiting while I was at work. It was disgusting, heartbreaking work, but every piece of evidence fueled my resolve. During this time, I also reconnected with Jessica, the friend who sent me the first picture. She was a web developer. I told her everything. She was furious on my behalf and offered to help. Together, we came up with the perfect plan. The night of the gallery opening was electric. The place was packed with critics, collectors, and all the important people from the city's art scene. Sarah was radiant, walking around like she was already a star. She gave me a quick kiss on the cheek, telling me to try not to look so out of place. She introduced me to Marcus as her supportive boyfriend. He shook my hand with a smug grin. They had no idea what was coming. Her exhibit was the main event. a series of large, stunning photographs projected onto a massive screen in the center of the gallery. She took the stage to a round of applause. She started her speech thanking everyone, especially her mentor and dear friend Marcus, for believing in her. That was my cue. While she was talking, Jessica, who was logged into the gallery's network from a nearby coffee shop, swapped the media file. Sarah was in the middle of a sentence about her artistic journey when the images on the screen behind her flickered. The beautiful landscapes were suddenly replaced. First, it was the text messages, blown up to a massive size for everyone to see. Can't wait to see you tonight. Make sure your loser boyfriend is at work. Last night was amazing. He has no idea. The crowd went silent. Whispers started rippling through the room. Sarah's face went white. She stammered, trying to speak, but no words came out. Then the photos appeared. Pictures of her and Marcus. At the rooftop bar on our anniversary, kissing in his car, him leaving our apartment in the morning. The murmurs in the crowd grew louder, more pointed, and then came the finale. The video. A crystal clear clip from my hidden camera. Her and Marcus, on our couch, the one I bought, in the apartment I paid for. There was no denying it. The room erupted. People were gasping, pulling out their phones to record. Sarah stood frozen on the stage, humiliated. Marcus tried to sneak out, but people were pointing and laughing at him. I just stood at the back of the room, watching the chaos unfold. Sarah finally looked out into the crowd, and our eyes met. She saw me. She saw the cold, calm expression on my face. And in that moment, she knew. She knew I had done this. The look on her face wasn't anger or sadness. It was pure, unadulterated shock. The realization that the naive loser boyfriend had outsmarted her completely. I didn't stick around to see the aftermath. I just turned and walked out of the gallery, leaving her career and reputation in ashes. I had already moved all my things out of the apartment earlier that day. I had transferred my half of our joint savings into a new account. I left a single key on the empty kitchen counter, along with a printed copy of one of their text messages. It might sound cruel, but I don't regret it. She didn't just cheat on me. She disrespected me, used me, and humiliated me for months. She built her big break on a foundation of lies, using the man she was betraying to support her. I didn't destroy her life. I just turned on the lights so everyone could see the truth she had tried so hard to hide. My revenge wasn't loud or violent. It was quiet, calculated, and perfectly executed. And let me tell you, it was a work of art. Thanks for listening, and if you have a story of your own, share it in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.